It was cricket, lovely cricket, at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua last night. It was raining sixes and fours. And it was an exciting match when the debate about who should have won the Man of the Match award is raging and continues to go on. Hello, everyone. This is the Cricket Forum, your place for the latest news, views, rumors, and gossips in the world of cricket. Please slash a like on the video, share, and subscribe. We have a lot to get into today's show. First, we're going to look at the semifinals of the CG 50 over match between Barbados and Trinidad. Then West Indies played Australia Select 11 in their opening match of their Australian tour. The Cricket West Indies have appointed a three-man panel to review our performance at the T20 World Cup. Gunatilaka, the Sri Lankan cricketer, is now out on bail in Australia. And Major League Cricket have announced that franchise cricket is coming to America next year, July 13th to 30th. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. But before we get into the show, today's show is brought to you by Bing Sport. If you want to watch sport 24/7, night and day, every day of the week, including the test matches that is coming up in Australia between West Indies and Australia, World Cup football, tennis, track and field, Formula One, you name it, sports 24/7. There's a link in the video description. Please click on that link and subscribe to Bing Sport. Today's show is brought to you by Bing Sport. Now, history was created at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Guyana last night. For the first time in the history of regional 50 over tournament, both teams passed 300, and we should congratulate Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago for doing so. Now, in my video yesterday previewing the match, if you look back at the 8-minute mark, I had said that Pooran is going to come to the party. He did. He made a spanking 111 from 82 deliveries. He got good support from Jangoo, Amir Jangoo, who made 81 from 114 deliveries, and Bravo, who contributed 50 from 65 deliveries. Hussein also chipped in with 42, as Trinidad posted an imposing 312 for 6 of their 50 overs. Now, at that stage, it looks like my prediction would come true. Because you remember yesterday, I said that this will be a comfortable win for Trinidad because the Barbados batting is not batting well enough to stand up to the Trinidadian bowling led by Shannon Gabriel and Narain Hussein and Carrier. I said that yesterday. And at the halfway stage, it looks like I am a genius. When Barbados replied at 146 for 6 after 29.3 overs, I even look more of a genius. But Akeem Jordon joined Primus, and they put together a 93-run 7-wicket partnership of 81 deliveries. And when Akeem Jordon out, the orthodox left-arm spinner, I don't remember his name right now, he got a 1 ball. But then Camarie Boyce joined Roshon Primus, and in 41 balls, they put on another 63 and carried Barbados to the whisker of victory. So it was a very interesting match. Primus made 130 from 79 deliveries, 10 fours and 9 sixes. It was an exhilarating match. Everyone who watched it, everyone who, I think, enjoyed it. And we are saying, this is how cricket is supposed to be played in the West Indies. And the debate has been raging from last night. And I want this community to tell me who they think should have won the Man of the Match award. The debate is raging. People are saying that Pooran should be the man. Yes, thank you, 007. Warwick Khan was the Barbadian batsman that got the one ball. Thank you very much. Now, people are saying that Pooran was rightly got the man of the match. Others are saying that Primus should get the man of the match. You know, 5 years ago, I saw Primus, and I thought then that Primus was better than Shepherd and Simmet, and he was the best all-rounder in the West Indies. He was capable of bowling 140 miles per hour, 140 kilometers per hour. I was just looking at some of the comments and got sidetracked there. He's capable of bowling 140 kilometers per hour, and he's able to hit away the ball as you saw last night. He puts on a lot of weight, and that is probably hampering him. And Primus, I think, is about 27, 28. So he's still, if he could lose that weight and improve his fitness and improve his game, I really think that Primus could be a good all-rounder for the West Indies. I really think so. Now, do you think, and the other debate that is raging, persons are thinking that Primus start taking the strike too early. In that 48 over that was bowled by Narayan, when Primus did not take the singles and Boyce was there, although Primus hit a 6 and a 4 in that over, could it have been, because this has been the debate, could it have been that those singles, that Primus could have taken those singles and trust Boyce to give him back the strike? What do you think? Could he have done that? Anyway, it was an exhilarating match, and we're happy that for the first time in the history of West Indies 50-over cricket, both teams were able to pass the 300 mark. Okay, 007 is saying that Primus can't get man of the match because he was on the losing team. And Sachin Singh is going for Gabriel. Sachin Singh is saying that Gabriel should have gotten the man of the match. Sheldon, should I continue to call him Lara Shadow? Oh, okay. So they are making a comparison between Bravo and Lara, and they're saying, should we continue to call him a Lara Shadow? So that's in the chat. So the chat is lively. Please continue the debate in the chat. I love it when the debate is in the chat. But the debate that is raging, especially in Jamaica, the biggest debate that is raging is that Primus and Pooran, the debate is raging between Primus and Pooran, who should have gotten the man of the match. And it shows that it was an exciting match when this type of debate can go on. We hope that this evening's semifinals, the second semifinals between Guyana and Jamaica, will be equally exciting, because West Indies cricket last night was on show for all of the world to see. It was an exhilarating match, and I saw Sheldon in the comment then. I saw Supernova 22 in the comment then. So it was a very, very, very good match. The next thing, and please remember, slash a like on the video, and today's broadcast is brought to you by Bing Sport. Click on the link in the description to watch sport 24/7. The next thing that I want to talk about today is the West Indies opening tour match of Australia. They are playing a tour match against a New South Wales ACT Select 11. I don't know. I was wondering if ACT mean Australia Cricket Training Academy or something like that. I don't know what ACT mean, but it's a New South Wales ATC Combined 11. A number of Australian, 2 or 3 Australian under-19 cricketers are in the squad, and there are a number of players who play for South Wales, New South Wales, who are also in the squad. So West Indies opened last night with Brooks and Brathwaite. The scores are on the screen. The batsmen were out. I think we are 297 for 5, as you see there, and that's the total of the batsmen who are who have batted. Older and Blackwood is not out, as you see there. I'll list the scores in highest order to lowest. So the scores are on the screen. West Indies 295 for 7. What I want to discuss, though, is that Brooks opened with Brathwaite last night. Is this a good move to have Brooks open with Brathwaite? Are we saying that Tej Narayan, or some would say Taj Narayan Chanderpaul, is not going to open first test? Because if Chanderpaul is going to open in the first test, why isn't he opening from now? Why isn't he opening in these 2 matches? So he's going to open in this match and the 4-day match against the Prime Minister's 11 next week or later this week. He should be opening in those 2 matches. So is it that West Indies have secured on it that Brooks is the man that is going to open with Brathwaite at the top of the order? Is it? Are they being stubborn again? And just like how they refuse to take the new ball away from Myers in the World Cup, is this another show of stubbornness? Why Brooks is opening the innings instead of Tej Narayan Chanderpaul? We remember at the World Cup, Evan Lewis did not play any of those 2 T20 internationals against Australia. Yet still, he was asked to open in the World Cup. Why isn't it that West Indies not keeping the cricket simple and put in Tej Narayan against such an inexperienced team? It would be shocking and unbelievable if come the first test match, Tej Narayan Chanderpaul is asked to open, and he did not ask to open from now. So we have to assume that Brooks is going to open in the test match, because the thing is so simple. So why Brooks opened last night? The other thing is that Reefer again batted at 3. I don't claim to be any cricket expert. I play Senior Cup in Jamaica. That's the highest level I played. So I'm not going to say I play test cricket or regional cricket. But I don't see how Reefer is going to contribute significantly batting at number 3. He made 21 last night, but I do not see Reefer making 50s and 100s batting at number 3. I certainly think that Reefer could contribute batting at 7 and 8. And maybe batting at 7 and 8, he will give you the 50s and the big 50s at 7 and 8 and the occasional century. But I hope that if he bats at 3, he proves me wrong. I would love for him to prove me wrong. But I do not see Reefer batting at 3 and be successful in the West Indies team. So those are the 2 concerns I have over last night. 297 for 5 is a very, very good total. 3 half centuries are in it, and another man is not out on 42. So that's a very good total. But why Brooks open? If Brooks is going to open in the test match, then fine. That's the decision of Cricket West Indies. If he succeed opening, we praise them. If he doesn't succeed opening, then we bash them. But he should not be opening in this match unless they plan to use him to open in the test match. That's how simple I see it. That's as simple I see. And I don't think Reefer can manage at number 3. Now, again, another spinner. This man, Riley Hire, has played 1 first-class match before last night. 1. He got 1 wicket in that first-class match. And he came last night bowling slow left-arm spin, and he spun a web around the West Indies batsmen. He bowled 26 overs, 5 made 7 runs, and got 3 wickets. He got the first 3 batsmen. He got Brathwaite, Brooks. Brooks was the first to go. Brooks, Brathwaite, and Reefer in that order. He got the first 3 West Indies batsmen, bowling 26 overs, 5 maiden, going for less than 3 runs per over. So that's the man that did the damage last night for this Australia select 11. Another spinner, not turning the ball much. I've won first class wicket before last night, and yet still he got the West Indies top 3 batsmen out last night. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is that Cricket West Indies have appointed a 3-man panel to review the performances of the West Indies at the T20 World Cup. Do they need a 3-man panel to tell them the problem? We in this community, this marvelous community, this wonderful community, Cricket West Indies could have come to us and asked us what's the problem is. Why do they need to waste money appointing a 3-man panel? And oh, come on, I love Brian Lara. Brian Lara is one of the great West Indian cricketers. And I am sure that if Cricket West Indies should go call Lara, if Skerritt should call Lara on his phone and said, Lara, where can we meet? We need to have a meeting. I'm sure that Lara will tell him all that is happening with West Indies cricket without they have to set up a panel. And Mickey Arthur, the South African coach, is it that Mickey Arthur is the next coach of West Indies? Why they are choosing a South African to sit on a panel to review West Indies cricket? That's the question I'm asking. Is Mickey Arthur the next coach of West Indies cricket? Because if he's not the next coach of West Indies cricket, why is he on this panel? What does he know about the culture of West Indies cricket to review West Indies cricket? It's a different thing from being the coach. But unless Mickey Arthur is the next coach, so they are easing him into the fold, he should not be on this panel. There are many other distinguished West Indian cricketers, and although they say they're going to talk to the cricketers, the coaching staff, past players, CPL, the franchises, the regional board, they're going to talk to everybody and the report due by the 15th of December. Mickey Arthur doesn't need to be on this panel. And Patrick Thompson, Judge Patrick Thompson, the respectable judge of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, is also on this panel. So Patrick Thompson, I am not bashing the persons on the panel. I am saying that we did not need to waste money. We did not waste money to assemble this panel, because Brian Lara, you could call Brian Lara and a number of persons on a phone and ask them the problem. And Mickey Arthur should not be on this panel unless he's the next coach of the Cricket West Indies. And they could join this chat and we would tell them what's the problem with West Indies cricket. One, we don't train properly. West Indies cricket team don't train properly. We don't train properly and we don't train long enough. When you go and watch the West Indies team train, you cannot focus on it because there's no intensity in the training. There's no passion. You don't see an intensity and any passion in the West Indies training. It just looks like you would go to some high school training and the training look more organized and more intense than what you see when you see West Indies cricket team training. You don't see any drill. You don't see anything to improve their game. Now, the other thing that Skerritt need to know is that the players have too much power. The players in this West Indies cricket team, this West Indies squad, have too much power. So that's the second thing, in my view, and I know the community will express other views. So that's the second thing. So number one, they don't train properly or long enough with the intensity and the passion that is required. Two, too much player power. Three, we are not evolving. We are not evolving. We are not developing skills. You know the reason why our singers, we have the singers problem? Is because we are not developing other shots. We don't play the ramp. We don't play the switch hit. We don't play the reverse sweep. We don't play the Dilshan scoop. We don't do these things. So it's now easier to bowl to West Indian batsmen. While batsmen all over the world, some in their late 20s and 30s and even mid 30s, are adding to their skill sets. We in the West Indies, our West Indies batsmen are saying, boy, you can't teach old dog new tricks. Nonsense. They need to continue to develop more shots. When they develop these other new dynamic shots, they are going to hit more sixes, they are going to run more singles, and they are going to face less dot balls. Because the more shots they can play is the more options they will have when a delivery is bowled to them. So Cricket West Indies never need to waste money assembling this three-man panel. The next thing that I want to talk about is that the Australian, not the Australian, he is arrested in Australia. The Sri Lankan cricketer Gunatilaka is now out on bail. So he have been granted bail. You remember the incident involving the lady? So Gunatilaka is out on bail. He have been granted bail. He is not allowed to leave Australia. He has to report to the police every day. He's not allowed to contact the lady, and he's not allowed to go on social media. So he's out on bail, and the case will proceed in Australia. It is said that the case will take about a year. And now, one of the things that is happening is that the lady is getting a lot of backlash on social media. And Gunatilaka is asked to try and appeal to his fans to stop harassing the lady because she's getting a lot of a backlash on social media. So Gunatilaka is out on bail. The next thing that I want to go through quickly, and just please slash a like on the video, share and subscribe. Major League Cricket in the United States have announced that after many years of delay, finally they are going to start their own T20 international franchise tournament. They have identified a clear window, according to them, between the 13th of July to the 30th of July next year, 2023. And they are saying that they are hoping to attract some of the best cricketers in the world. My understanding is that the prices for these cricketers will be very, very competitive and maybe only second to the IPL. These are the 6 franchises that are named. This will be the base of the 6 franchises: Dallas, Los Angeles, Seattle, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, and New York City. That will be the base of the 6 franchises for Major League Cricket in the United States. And it said that the money involved will be second only to the IPL. Now, the matches, at the moment, they are saying that the matches will be played at the Grand Prairie Stadium that is on the outskirts of Dallas in Texas. That all the matches will be played there from the 13th of July to the 30th. That's what they are saying at the moment. However, they are looking at Church Street Park in North Carolina. Although North Carolina is not one of the franchises, in 2018, the stadium at Church Street Park in North Carolina staged some ICC World Cup qualifying matches, and it's a very good facility there. So they are saying that although at the moment it seems like all the matches will be stayed at Grand Prairie Stadium, the facility at Church Street Park in North Carolina could also be used to stage some of the matches. The biggest disadvantage here is that North Carolina does not, as a team, it is not one of the base for the franchises. The other facility in Orange County, which, as you know, the Calcutta Knight Rider Group is supposed to build a 10,000-seater stadium at Orange County in Irving. That's about 40 miles south of downtown Los Angeles, somewhere thereabout. This stadium, the City Council of Irving have not yet given them permission to break ground. There are some final paperwork that is going on, so they don't think that this stadium will be ready to stage any of these matches. So Major League Cricket will have their own T20 franchise cricket tournament starting the 13th of July 2023, and the money involved is said to second only to the IPL. Well, it was a magnificent match last night. I hope tonight's match will be equally competitive. I'm just going to look in the chat and see if I can answer some of the questions in the chat. It's not coming up. Great point. Our batsmen and bowlers need to constantly evolve their game. Thank you, Sachin Singh. I love that point. Good point there, Sachin King. Lara as batting coach would be great. Then Walsh as bowling coach. Mr. Casanova one, very good. Arthur could be the head coach and Lara the batting coach. That's 007. J. Charles said Mickey Arthur would be a neutral voice. But okay, J. Charles, this is what this community about. Different opinion, and I read your comment. I read your opinion. So you are saying that Mickey Arthur would be a neutral voice. We take that point on board. Well, should it have been Primus to be the man of the match? Or should it have been Pooran? Or should it have been Gabriel? Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm going to put a poll in the community and with that question, and you can tune in and answer the question. Should it be Pooran, Gabriel, or Primus? Thank you everyone for tuning in. And please remember, smash a like on the video, share and subscribe. And today's show was brought to you by Bing Sport. If you want to watch sport 24/7, 12 months for the year, 4 weeks per month, then click on the link in the description and subscribe to Bing Sport. Thank you, Bing Sport, for bringing us today's show. Have a good day and may God bless you all. And please watch the second semifinals tonight. We hope that it will be equally as exciting as last night. Thank you and have a great day.